Retro Games Plus Hot Dog Chat.
Hot Dog Challenge.
I'm your host,
This is
Corn Dog Kev.
obviously not
With me-
as a good deal as Costco's hot dog.
With me is Relish Russell.
Buck
and,
60.
Mustard Mike.
Mike Wurst.
You get a hot
Mike
Mike
Wurst.
Wurst.
I like it. Oh,
Little
we're going.
packet of
We're going
Relish.
with that. No, that's the intro now, Russ. This is the
Hot
intro.
doggers. Hardcore hot doggers.
I barely got any relish out of that packet.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Relish Russ, you're
Never
disappointing your
even seen
audience.
relish packets before like that, so.
Mustard.
This is all going in the DLC cast, right? Is that a thing yet?
What? Yeah, it's gonna be a thing, right?
You know what you got to do? You got to put under a private video at the end of the thing. You can
That's
only
true.
you can only get to the link by making it to the end of the podcast and clicking on a link.
Oh yeah. Or they can just like fast forward. I mean, that's
Not
I
if they
do
don't
that
know it's there,
sometimes.
Mike. We don't talk about it until we get to the podcast. You know?
What's your stance on beef hot dogs, Russ?
Beef hot dogs?
Like all beef.
I don't mind them. I'll eat a turkey dog too.
I like a turkey dog. You don't see a lot of them anymore, but when you see them,
Well, it's because I don't get my vegetarians putting a lot of effort to making their food look like not vegetables.
Like a tofu
Can I
dog.
can I get like a tofu piece of bacon
I don't
that
think
looks
they
like a
ask
little
for
pig?
it. I think that they just do that to make it more palatable to people. Like, holy hell, you got diabetes, pal. You got it big time. You gotta cut down on the meats. Like, well, I gotta eat some kind of meats.
Can I have?
What if you make?
Can you
what if
make this
vegetables look like
bacon
meat?
pie look like a small
It's like
pig?
I'll tell you what I hate though. It's when the people make the hamburgers, but then they put the portobello mushroom cap on the top
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of a burger. That's not a burger. That's nothing.
No.
That's disgusting. That's like fungus on a piece of. You might as well just let bread get mold on it and then eat the bread.
This is delicious.
It's the
This
same
is
exact thing.
This is healthy for me.
Yeah.
Well, Russ, you got quite a snack food thing going there.
He's gotta recharge. Give him a
Well,
break.
welcome everyone.
You got Powerade, you got Jax, you got potato. Russ is not healthy tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Russ has a problem.
Russ is married.
This
He
is a
doesn't need
barely
to
dinner
You're
here.
gonna go for the dad belly before you even have
I
kids.
did get the chips of real men.
Salt and
Salt and
vinegar.
vinegar.
Salt and vinegar are disgusting.
I'm filled with salt and vinegar.
No,
Shut
that's
up, Kevin.
Just being old.
Yeah.
That's absolutely gross.
All right, should we get into what we're eating? I mean, playing.
Yeah.
I'm eating
Well-
these Jacks that Russ brought me.
I
That
was eating
so
a
nice.
cheese pizza.
Yeah.
It was retro pizza because it's Domino's, the old crust,
The old
not the
crust.
new crust.
Then the old crust. What's the old crust?
Yeah, it was bad. Domino's is always bad, but like their new crust is worse because it's like trying to pretend to be like it's supposed to taste good, but it just tastes worse because it just tastes salty.
Little Caesars is not bad for $5. I gotta say.
Little Caesars is like it's the platonic view of pizza. Like if I say give me a pepperoni pizza, I want a Little Caesars pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
Like it's just
$5.
Yeah, there's nothing good about it. There's nothing bad.
When we were at the Game Club's Star Wars Marathon Monday, we went to Little Caesars at 11 a.m. Sure enough, the pizzas were hot and ready.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm proud of them.
Well, how long does it take to cook a pizza? Like 5 minutes.
I don't know. But
It does.
you
I
know,
used to work in a deli. We made
I'm just
pizzas.
saying, Little Caesars, I thought it would be like, oh, I gotta
They
wait a
have
little bit. we're
pizzas
open.
like there. You could just go in and
They
grab.
made them like a half hour before the store opened. I was like, you know
Right.
what?
Oh, were you called the day before? And we're like, we're getting
No,
pizza.
no,
They
no.
just come in.
Just showed up.
Yeah, there's
You just
just
show
pizzas
up?
there.
That's
Little Caesars, $5, always ready.
Yeah.
Unless you get the bacon pizza. For some reason, they're never ready for that.
Well, you know.
It's like they're taken back when you order it.
Fair enough.
Bacon's money.
So what you playing this morning, Russ?
So I popped in the old Mario Kart 8.
All right.
It's good.
Got my update
All right.
and got 200cc.
Oh, yes.
And I got last in every race.
I've heard it's fast.
It's fast.
Got to go fast.
You definitely got to use the brake a lot going around the tracks. So I did 1 cup full of that, and then they offered this other thing called mirror mode.
Yeah.
That's an every marker. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a track with that. I was like, whatever.
They're interesting.
It just goes backwards.
Yeah.
After a while, I got so used to on the 64 one. I got so used to playing mirror mode. When I played real, I was like, "What is going on? I don't understand this."
Other than that, I don't know if I said last week or not. I did beat Majora's Mask. I can't
saw your
remember if
video.
I mentioned
I
it.
think I remember you
And I put
saying
up a video,
Yeah.
and I gave away my copy of Majora's Mask for the 3DS and for the N64.
He
Good.
really.
It's good you get that garbage out of your life.
Was there a winner already yet? Or no?
Yeah, I did pick 2 winners.
Oh, so
One of the
so
kid
you
who
clearly ignored my submission. Then okay, good.
the kid who won
All right.
the 3DS version actually lives in Bridgeport,
Oh, okay.
All right.
Connecticut. There,
So you're gonna give it to me, right?
Why do you want it? Honestly, why do you want
I
it?
gave you a Majora's Mask
Honest-
painting.
Yeah.
Was that not enough?
Actually, I do have it hanging up in my game room now. So thank you for that. I have yours and Carol's all hung up nice.
Nice.
So when do you get my Majora's Mask? So I can trade it into the store.
I'll have to get a new skin for my 3DS too.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
no,
throw
that
it
still
out.
looks good.
It
Like,
does.
Yeah, it
I
looks
would
good,
keep
yeah.
it. Like, you don't have to like that game, but it looks really good.
Or you can get like a
Or you can
Captain
get a new one.
Commando skin or something.
Captain Commando.
Or you can get
Bionic
like
Commando.
There you go.
you can get like a completely unrelated Nintendo game. Get like Twisted Metal. Just throw everybody off.
It's not a Nintendo game, but okay.
That's what I'm saying. Get a completely unrelated game. Get a Black Knight 2000 one for you, Mike. Yep.
I would do that if somebody printed me out a really nice skin.
Yeah,
I'd
Russ,
probably-
start
I'll get a skin that says Game Gear.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
actually,
that
you did that. and
That
it
would
looked
be
like one
pretty
of
cool,
the-
actually.
Yeah.
I should have done that
This
PSP.
is the new Game Gear 3D.
I bet you they make ones that look like Famicoms.
Well, because they have on the
That'd be
site
pretty cool.
on Decal Girl, you can get a skin for your PS4 that makes it look
Mm-hmm.
like a Nintendo,
Right.
or like one that looks like an Atari 2600.
But yeah,
so,
I was gonna say, so the
That's
best one
pretty
was the Atari 2600 ones.
so it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I haven't been playing too much. Like I said, I'm going to start doing that video, how to get through a backlog. So there's a
Crap.
lot of games I want to knock off that list that I have started, and I'm so close to the end. Like I played a Boy in His Blob for the Wii.
Yep.
It's really good, and I'm like,
Did you hug the blob?
you get to hug him. He goes,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
That's
adorable.
a dedicated hug button.
That's awesome.
I'd have to say I like that one so much better than the Nintendo
Yeah, because
one.
Yeah.
it doesn't tell you what each.
It
jelly
does,
bean
just so that it helps you with that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you got to understand.
If you don't have the
first Boy in the Blob,
instructions
Yeah. Well, not only
on the
that, but it was
NES.
made by David Crane, the guy who did like Pitfalls. So
Yeah.
he was coming from that kind of design.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, where they didn't really tell you much. You just kind of had to hope and figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, they gave you a lot of jelly beans, I guess.
Yeah.
To be fair,
But yeah, they did.
it's good enough.
But yeah, so I'll probably start that. And my I should have my PS3 soon, and I'll be knocking out, I guess, a couple games for that.
Yep.
The Uncharted series,
Yes.
and then our game of the month,
Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Wolfenstein: The New
Wolfenstein.
Order for game
Yeah.
clubs.
Yeah.
So if you're not on game clubs,
You
Don't
should be.
join now because
don't
you're not
join
allowed.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once Mike joined, we were like, "That's everything
yeah,
we need."
Only cool guys are allowed. They're like, well, we got the coolest guys, so what do we need more for?
I guess.
But I did tell Kevin, I said I'm not used to playing the first-person shooter games.
Russ, just play on easy, coast your way through.
But I played the original Wolfenstein in Doom, like on the PC.
It's slightly different
Yeah.
now. There's blood.
No,
now.
there is a part where you do play that though.
Yeah, they do
So-
that. The thing is, they did that in like every Wolfenstein game since. They were like, "Ah, remember this as that was cool." I was like, "All right, we get it, guys."
Well, look.
I get why they did
You
it.
gotta give me something to look forward to playing this terrible,
just-
probably terrible game.
I honestly, I had no hype for it until I looked up some gameplay. And I'm like, it actually,
No, I've heard okay things.
it doesn't
about
look like
It
a
doesn't look
generic
bad.
shooter. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, it actually looks like it has some substance to it. So,
Well, you're in shock. 'Cause it's a generic shooter.
I probably will be. I don't
I
know.
could put a link down below
Yeah,
to I believe the gaming historian
yeah, he just did a thing on it.
did a whole thing on Wolfenstein from the very first
Okay.
one, and
It's pretty cool.
Go through.
remakes and
He will
everything.
be at Retro World Expo, confirmed, by the way.
absolutely.
So buy your tickets for that. You should
Norm.
get
Don't
Go say hi to
It's all
Norm.
good.
them.
Yeah.
Mike will be there, maybe. So
Nah. Well, if I get paid, I'll be there.
you're getting paid to be
All
there.
right, then I'll be there.
Can we get T-shirts and it'll say Retro Games Plus Podcast, and it's gonna have a picture of Mike's face,
Yeah,
and
that's
it'll
true.
say this dude's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
This
Something like
guy's
that.
pretty cool.
I mean, it's good, to make sure everybody knows, but everybody already knows. It's not a big deal.
I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, I got the most fans.
Three? Got three?
No, I literally have three fans in my room.
Oh.
One's in the window, one's in the other window facing out, because that's a little trick. Because you're getting the hot air, it's blowing it out, and then
Oh,
the
so
other
you
one's
don't-
bringing cool air in. Circulation.
There you go.
Yeah, so I do have the most fans. That joke was brought to you by the 1800s.
Kevin, what are you playing?
Actually, since we finished Metroid, I'm waiting for my Wolfenstein to come in. So I kind of just rocked out on pinball for the last week. I'm like one of the few people, and like Mike, I'll play the fake pinball tables. They're clearly not as good as real tables. I
It's
admit
shameful, really. I mean,
that. I know they are, but like
I mean, real pinball exists.
I know it does, but like I run through the Gottlieb collection and the Williams collection.
Yeah.
I set a couple high scores on personal high scores today. I put them up on our forum.
Is this on PlayStation 3?
No, I got the Gottlieb collection on the GameCube. I have the Williams collection on the Wii, actually.
The Williams collection.
Williams, yes. Pretty good. I only got Black Knight 1000, so I'm not.
It's just called Black Knight.
I call it 1000.
I know you do.
I know.
That's not what it's called.
I know, but if I say Black Knight, you think I'm talking about 2000.
No,
All right,
I
well,
only say Black Knight 2000.
All right,
'cause
well,
it's a good name.
I was working on Black Knight OG,
yeah.
homie.
All right,
I guess
good,
whatever.
That's fine. OG.
We'll take it.
Yep.
That's comparatively like the scoring system's
It
a lot.
sucks.
Yeah, it's a lot lower.
I mean, it's still a good table. It's just not.
No, it's not
It
as
doesn't
good.
compare to.
I just
2000.
played the medley in the background while I was
Yeah.
playing it, and it made me feel a little better.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
just that one's. It's got such a weird. Like, it's not weird. You just need to get multi-ball, and
Yeah.
that's how you do your scoring. But like, it's such a pain in the ass
Yeah.
to do that.
And I've been grinding out in Persona a little bit, and I'm in this awkward spot actually where I save Risei really, really early. So there's a bunch of dead time in the game now.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, I'm like,
what you want.
I guess I could go grind up and stuff, but like,
Well, you can grind levels. You can advance your
knowledge and
social
stuff.
links and stuff like that. It's a lot you can do.
Yukiko and my guy are officially
Officially
waifus
dated.
together. They're waifus together. So,
Together.
Yeah, I
They
noticed
both
that.
dress up like a woman.
Yeah, and Risei keeps
the
trying to
waifu.
steal my character's heart, and that's just not going to happen.
Well,
I get it's the canon ending, but you
Risei's
know,
nice, you know.
she's a nice lady.
Yeah, they're all nice.
Yeah, essentially that I kind of did that thing again where I popped in GTA 5 for about a day, and then I was like, all right, time to play something else. I don't know why that game just can't hold my interest, and I like it. That's the thing. It's just this weird like. I want to play it, but I'm like, I have other things I should be playing
Well,
right now.
yeah, I mean, like, I keep thinking I should put it back in,
Uh.
but then it's like, I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, there's a lot of stuff to do in that game. I don't really want to do
Yeah.
any of it.
And I played a little bit of Air Fortress, which I haven't played in a while.
It's a good game.
Game's still cool. And moving on to Mike.
This week is the list. It's lettered Epsilon. No, but I have some wonderful news. Sony is a wonderful company.
Yeah.
They've listened to my constant badgering. They
They're
personally
giving me a free Vita.
no.
Oh.
They don't care about you. They only care about cool guys.
Well, I'm gonna keep stealing these.
They heard my prayers, I guess. City Connection Arcade Edition came out for PlayStation 4.
Really?
$8, so don't buy it because it's a really lot of money. But
Man.
I bought it because it's a
I don't know if I would spend that much money on it.
no, it's part of the Arcade Classics collection that Hamster does. And
Hamster.
they're good. They're I'll put it this way: the trophies you get for it are literally like, look at the manual, change the controls around, like post your score online. Like none of them are related to gameplay at all.
So there's no like
It's like
score
get
trophies.
to the end of the instruction manual. So I
man.
100%ed it within 2 minutes of starting the game.
In your honest, I know you love City Connection, but in your
Yeah.
honest opinion, is it even worth playing compared to the NES version?
Absolutely,
Like,
absolutely.
So, like, is
Yes.
it better?
Yes, 100%. It's a
Okay.
lot better.
And how
'Cause
so?
I'd
Other than
never,
graphically.
I'd never been able to play the arcade version before this, and I'd seen pictures and stuff. It's a definite upgrade graphically. There's a lot of like you can see light going by in the windshield as you drive. And the cat has like a more distinguished face.
So it
and-
doesn't look like a drunk baby now?
no, it's clearly a cat. It's like a calico cat. You can see like little patches
Okay.
of fur and stuff.
Yeah, because on the NES it looks like a baby.
Yeah, more levels. The music sounds a lot better. And it's funny because they do change it in the NES version, but in the arcade version, it changes a lot.
Does
more
it sound like
noticeably.
more like
Like
real
the
music?
second level starts out like it's Highway Star by Deep Purple,
Okay.
and then it's like dun, 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 and it just goes into the song.
So it's only on PS4 then.
As far as I know, it's only on PS4.
I'm gonna have to go check when I get home on 3, just
It's
in case.
$8 is kind of a lot.
It's steep.
If you really love the game, if you
Well, the
if you're
NES
interested in it.
one's probably about what, 10, 12 bucks?
No, it's like
$5.
$5.
$5.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
So cheap.
Um,
Which is why I was wondering if it was really worth the upgrade for it.
Well, if you're a big fan of City Connection, I think it's just worth it to have it just for the preservation kind of aspect of
Yeah.
it, because there aren't any physical arcade cabinets of City Connection.
Yeah.
They all got transferred into something else. I don't remember what they got changed into, but I mean, it's definitely worth having if you want to go. Oh, this is a cool thing, this arcade, you know. But it's not for everybody. I would not recommend it to regular people unless
Okay.
you know you love City Connection. Don't buy it.
I mean, I like the game, but I don't know if I'd spend another $8 on it.
yeah, I wouldn't fault anybody for that.
Okay, fair enough.
Other than that, been playing pinball.
It's been pinball crazy lately.
Yeah, it's because it's you can just play a game. You know, you don't have to
Yeah.
get involved in it.
No.
Set some pretty good scores in Elvira and the Party
Your
Monsters.
Black Knight 2000 score.
Well, Adam kept saying he was going to try to beat me, so I was like, maybe I should pick this up. Got like 11 million, so I'm not going to
That's-
play ever again.
Oh, yeah?
I'm officially retired from Black Knight 2000.
I don't think you are, because
I know I'll play it, but I'm not gonna be trying as hard. As
what
I
if
did.
somebody beat your score? Will you come out of retirement?
Probably not, because that was a fluke. Like it was literally, I was
Yeah.
cold and I went into it in my first game.
Some
of
days
it.
you just have good
Yeah,
games like that.
yeah.
Russ, you need to start playing pinball, man.
Maybe I'll pick up
Pokemon pinball.
Metroid pinball.
It's worth it. That has a cool part in that where
is
Samus
cool.
just gets up in the middle of the field and starts blasting things. And you get the controller.
And you can wall jump in it.
You can?
Yeah, there's a special area you get to where you have to
Oh
wall
yeah,
jump.
yeah. Adam was playing and you got to do
Yeah.
that. It's a
That is
very
cool.
interactive game.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
fun. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Worth it. Worth the money.
That's the example of a good fake
Yeah.
table.
I like you don't like the Zen tables, but I like them because
No.
they do a lot of interactive, like with the Marvel characters.
Mm-hmm.
They do like Iron Man has a thing where you do like a beam ballot. Captain
Yeah,
America
I just
deflects a
don't
ball off a shield.
like that where they do like fake stuff that couldn't happen on a real table.
Well,
Like they're making
that's extreme.
They're
yeah.
making Portal pinball for a Zen. Pinball.
See, that would never work.
No, it's gonna. Well, I mean, it couldn't work in.
Well,
they
actually,
could
it
make
could.
it
Yeah,
work in
you
real
just
life.
have a tunnel. I
Yeah,
guess.
you'd have to have them like rooted because they did that with like Creature from the Black.
But like,
Lagoon or
obviously, if you
whatever,
do like an animation where like
but no, it's straight up gonna be like, oh, whoa, and, like
Yeah.
big lights are gonna come out.
I've
Like
noticed.
that's not pinball. To
I've
me.
noticed there's a lot of pinball games on PS1 that are
Those
all
are
bad.
garbage.
Yeah, they're all bad.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've bought them because I want like every pinball game I can find. They're
Mm-hmm.
really bad. Like I put
fair
one in
enough.
there, and like the tables are like super wide.
Well, they're pre-rendered, so
Yeah.
you can't get a good feel of like what
No,
you're supposed to be
no.
hitting and what you're not, because PlayStation 1 didn't really. Have
Oh,
it.
actually, speaking of fake tables, we are never gonna move on to anything. Dream Pinball, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So Adam found me the Wii one on Wii, and that is night and day compared to the crappy DS one you and me played.
Yeah.
The DS one is so like gray and it sounds like depressing.
I don't know
music.
what it is with that and the Williams collection are both very
Yeah.
dim. Like,
No, it's not even dim. Like
Yeah.
the boards are just like gray and different.
Yeah.
It looked like Chiller for any like.
so
Every table looked like Chiller, and like the Wii one is all like bright in colors and like good music. I'm like, who designed the other one? Like,
yeah, I
it's
don't
really
know.
bad. Apparently, there's one on Saturn too. I want to try.
Yeah, there's going through. Well, a couple days ago, yeah, I noticed there's a lot of pinball games for like Saturn and
Yeah.
3DO and stuff.
Give 'em a shot.
Did not expect that.
I know it's the best one of all time, the best fake table.
Black Knight 2000, but my edition where the Black Knight is naked.
I was gonna say Space Quest one for Windows. Remember that one?
Yeah,
That was kind of fun.
yeah, those are good.
That was a good table for no. You've played that obviously, right?
I think I played that.
Russ has not had a computer.
Yeah, that's right. You never
he
had.
finally got one a year ago.
Yeah.
He just went
Russ,
nuts
you
on
never,
YouTube.
you never like played it in school.
I
Like
played Wolfenstein in school library in middle school.
you never had like the
probably got
standard
arrested.
Windows pinball game that came on like every computer.
Maybe at my friend's house. Probably if I
I'm gonna
saw
download
it.
it on our work computers and I'm gonna make you play it.
Chris is gonna love that.
Yeah, whatever, man. He's never gonna get anything done either. It's gonna be great.
It's true.
You should have played that, man. That was a great pinball game.
So that's what I've been playing.
That's what we all been playing.
Pinball, except for Russ.
You need to get work on your pinball.
Damn it, Russ.
I like
I'll
Pokemon
pick up a
pinball
pinball
too.
game.
Yeah, you
All
should.
right,
We're
it's just an
Oh,
entire
that
table over.
Power Rangers one. I gotta make you play that. I'm gonna bring it in.
I'm not gonna play it.
Yes, you will. I'm gonna
Nope.
bring it in.
Nope.
I'm gonna do it. So, Russ, do you remember the good old days of Banjo Kazooie and Rareware and before
Remember
they
the
were
good old
terrible?
days of Nintendo 64?
Yeah, the
That
good,
wonderful
the good 3D
system.
platformers.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
That
right.
really didn't age that well.
Okay.
You know, everyone's been crying for new Banjo Kazooie.
Banjo Kazooie.
Yes, that
Is
was
it going to be in Smash Brothers?
No.
It's gonna be nuts.
There's a little better. So the guys that originally from Rareware that worked on Banjo Kazooie started their own little Kickstarter
Okay.
for a very subtly referenced name for their own game called Yooka-Laylee. Banjo Kazooie, ukulele, music.
Yuka-Laylee.
Yeah, Yuka and then Laylee.
Yuka-Laylee.
So instead of
Ah.
a bird and a bear now, it's like a lizard and a bat.
It's a chameleon in a bat.
Chameleon. It's a
And literally, ukulele is in the exact same Banjo-Kazooie font.
yeah. Same
And the
font.
music sounds the same.
Instead
it's
of red
the
and
same
blue,
damn game.
the font is green and purple. The levels look exactly the same,
Mm-hmm.
and they made their like Kickstarter goal in like
I bet you
2
the
hours.
bad guy's
I
gonna
think
be
I did see
Bun
something
Tilda.
like that because I saw a screenshot and it looked just like what was that game I played like on the N64? Charmeleon.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, Chameleon Twist.
Chameleon Twist.
I love that game.
and I
Nobody's
was
played
like,
that.
oh, that kind of looks like Chameleon Twist.
Nope, it's definitely straight up.
So this is what it's
Banjo-Kazooie.
going at. It's like, we want Mega Man. How about Mighty Number 9? We want Banjo-Kazooie.
Close
How about
enough.
Ukulele?
No, they made their goal in like 2 hours.
Well, that's good.
So they only asked for.
Well, it's like 40.
Is it coming to the 3DS and
Was it?
Wii U eShop?
Well, that's the thing. They
coming
were
to everything.
They were gonna make it just like a Steam game at first, and the more stretch goals hit, the more platforms it would hit.
Yeah.
So it started just being a Steam game. Then it was gonna be like digital release on the current gen systems. And then it'd be like, okay, we'll do digital release on the PS3 and the Xbox. And they're like, all right, forget it. Physical copies for everybody. Like, that's how much money they raised in such short time.
Nice.
And it's weird, because you don't actually see a lot of 3D platformers that are good anymore. The only ones I think of
When
are,
does
like...
the goal end? Dave, they still got a couple weeks?
I want to say 30-something days.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
they-
so you still
they-
have time to back it.
Yeah, if you want to get a copy of
Yeah.
it,
I would obviously.
at this point, don't do it.
Yeah, you're
It made
good.
its goal. It
Yeah.
made its. I almost said the F word. It made its goal. You don't need to
Yeah,
donate.
they don't really need any more money. I mean, you know, if
They
you
have
want
no more stretch
if you
goals.
want to back it, like good for you. If you have the money.
Well, I
to
mean,
check
and
it.
some of the tiers are backing it if you're going to get a physical copy. That's
Oh,
just
you
like
can- you can
pre-ordering it.
essentially-
Well, the thing is, it's not about like backing it to get a pre-order, but nobody knows if this game's gonna be good or not.
Right.
So there's no reason to do the risk now.
Yeah, it seems very similar to Banjo-Kazooie, and I had my issues with that game because it took me forever to beat. But I don't know. I kind of just want a good 3D platformer to come out, other than like the Mario 3D Worlds, which you know they were okay. There's nothing but like Ratchet and Clank now, and it's kind of I'm looking for something different to finally be out there.
Yeah.
And the AAA
Well-
developers are going to give you it. Somebody's got to do it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I got two problems with this thing. Number one,
That's not shocking.
will everyone please just give up on the N64? It
No.
wasn't a good system.
I
The
agree.
games were not that good.
No, I
Like,
agree. I agree with that.
A
one.
good game on the N64 is like an okay game anywhere else.
Well, N64 was
Besides,
ugly.
like Ocarina of Time.
Well, I'm agree because everyone's definitely backing this game because nostalgia
Oh,
glasses.
Banjo-Kazooie,
Yeah,
man.
it's like, that
I
game
used
was
to-
good, so that's
dude, I
where
played
this will be
that
good.
when I was like 10 years old. It's like, you are young, you idiot.
Yeah, I played it recently, and you know I thought it was a little overhyped.
Yeah.
But I do just want a 3D platformer. What's your other problem with it?
Well, the problem is, I have a feeling, and you know, I could be wrong in this, but I have a feeling a majority of the people backing this are the same type of people that go like, oh, I can't believe Call of Duty comes out with the same exact game every year. Like, the industry needs to start making new games, blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, ooh, a rip-off Banjo-Kazooie. Let's all pay for it. $1 billion to make the same game over again.
Yeah.
Like, admit what you're doing. If you want to play Banjo-Kazooie,
You're right.
okay, that's fine.
I-
But I would have rather they had been like, hey, we're X-Rare guys, and we're going to make a whole brand new IP,
Sure.
and it's going to come out on all the systems. And
so-
that's awesome.
no,
it wouldn't have made money, though,
No,
so I know why they
I
didn't
do agree with that
but-
because they could have made Ukulele into. It's still gonna be a 3D platform without being like, look at me, I'm Banjo Kazooie. Seriously, like same font, the same music, same all that. They could have done without all that.
Yeah.
Because it literally is just backing on the hopes of you played Banjo Kazooie, you'll play this and give us money.
Right.
So, you know, it could not be good.
I mean, maybe this can open doors to a second game.
Well,
and
that's-
do
that's
their
what I'm
own.
hoping.
They made enough
Yeah.
money. Now we can do what we really want.
Ukatui.
I
That's
think
right.
I think that's what they really. Yeah, Ukatui with stop and swap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so keep in mind you're gonna have to play ukulele to get the secret little passwords to get for Ukatui.
And it's going to be compatible with Rock Band 5.
Oh yeah,
Yes, it will be.
obviously. Actually, we'll get into that part. I was gonna say they also announced. There's so many like nostalgia games like getting redone. We might as well go into it.
Did you
Forget it.
hear that Mighty Number 9 is like Mega Man and they're coming out with it?
I was gonna say Tony Hawk. What is it? 5 got
Oh
announced?
well, look, I'm already over that. 'Cause
Yeah. No, I was over Tony Hawk and Tony Hawk 2.
the guys who are making it also made Tony Hawk Shred
Good.
and Tony Hawk HD.
Was HD any good?
No, it was
Okay,
garbage.
good talk.
I didn't play
So
either
that
of
game's
those.
gonna be garbage. Why would you make this huge announcement? It's like Tony Hawk's. It's 5. It's not Shred or Ride or Projects anything. It's Tony Hawk 5. We're gonna get the worst developer we have to make it. It's gonna be awesome. Like no, that's stupid. That game's not gonna.
That
be
game's gonna sell because of nostalgia. But I
No,
feel
it
like
won't, because it's gonna be garbage, and everybody's gonna know it's garbage.
Let's hope.
selling
it's
and
not
being good are
Skate 4.
different
Just
things.
make Skate 4.
Selling and being good are different things, though.
Just make Jet Grind Radio 4.
Well, I'll put it this way.
3?
Yeah. I don't know.
What
It was
happened to-
Jet
what
Set
happened to 3?
Future or something like that. I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't think it's gonna sell well because Tony Hawk HD didn't sell well,
Right.
and that was them going, dude, it's all the old levels. We got the old music.
I thought it was literally just
But no.
remastering. No, it was like
No, it's a mix of all the levels,
Oh,
so
that's
it
weird.
should have been cool, and I remember being excited about it, and then it turns out it was garbage. So,
I hope the ukulele's not gonna be terrible just because of nostalgia, man.
but speaking of Kickstarters and stuff, it was a big week for it. 'Cause I don't know if you checked on my Facebook,
No.
but I found this thing through a website I go on called Sword or Whip.
I saw that. What is that?
I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it's for, but I don't know what the voting
it's
is
a
for.
Castlevania.
It's
dude.
it's Igarashi sitting on like a thing like holding like wine.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you know, and you either click on the sword or you click on the whip. You get put into like a clan or
Oh,
something like
okay.
that. He just sits there and he goes, oh, you know, what do you do when somebody destroys your castle? You build a new one. He's like, oh, I see what he's
Talking
doing.
smack. I see.
So yeah, it's as far as everybody knows, he's making a new Castlevania game. I don't know what he'll call it, but
probably like Crashervania Blood Whips.
I hope he calls it Dracula X.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I vote Whip because whips are way cooler.
I call it Frankelstein.
So it's a
Actually, no,
Kickstarter for.
It's probably
back
From what I
or-
understand, it's gonna be.
it's
I don't
gonna
know
be a
if it's out
Kickstarter.
yet.
It's
He's
just
pro-
like a trailer to hype up the
Well,
Kickstarter.
it's a weird voting thing. I don't know what the voting has.
He's
to do
probably
with
gonna go like the Bloodlines route with the sword and the. Well, no, he had a trident, huh?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, it was like trident sword, whatever. Like,
It was a whip and a trident.
I think rumors say he's gonna do like a successor to Symphony of the Night.
Well, that's because he did that game. so
Right, but I'm saying like
definitely
he wants to
will.
do like the yes and
be
GBA
a
ones
spiritual
were pretty
successor.
good. Like,
No, yeah, I have respect for the guy because like as much as I hate that every game's a Metroidvania now these days, I like
Yeah.
that those Castlevania games were like.
I
that,
don't-
'cause That's what they needed. At
there's
that
not as
time.
many Metroidvania games as you think there are.
Like Guacamelee that just came out for free.
No, I'm saying
like, a
indie
week
game
ago.
wise, yeah, but like I would
Yeah.
like to see more because I think it's a good genre. Like,
Well, it's accessible for indie developers to do.
yeah, you just make
For
a
the
big
most
world
part.
and put stuff in it.
Well, I mean, it's kind of
That's it.
redundant or reductionary of you. You're just like, hey, just make a big world, put stuff in. It's easy. Anybody can do
Yeah,
that.
Minecraft. That's
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is just a big world. They just put some buildings in. It's pooped out in a day.
It's easy. That's how they
Yeah,
made it.
it's no problem.
They didn't. They only
I
spent
don't know.
$500 million
They
on it.
paid the guy who played Trevor like $50, and he gave him some meth, and then he just came up with the.
You ever seen what that voice actor looks like?
He looks like the guy. Yeah,
He's a scary guy.
yeah.
Oh man, I hope you can
Showed
live.
up in he showed up in Better Call Saul.
Did he?
Yeah, he's like a hitman or like a bodyguard, and he's like trying
that makes sense.
to make fun of that bodyguard Mike, and then Mike beat him up, and it was funny.
Did you ever play Banjo-Kazooie?
No.
So you have no
See,
idea.
Russ knows he's
No.
got good taste in games. I think he understands. Besides Metroid, Other M, but you know.
I don't know. After playing Banjo-Kazooie, I don't know if I'm excited for ukulele as much.
It's a good game. It's just not like nothing about it like speaks to me anymore.
No.
you know?
I'm
Like,
waiting for Jersey Devil HD.
yeah, there you go.
Why?
Hot Sony properties.
like on purpose?
Yeah,
Or Arrow the Acrobat.
there
You
you
just-
go. That's another weird one.
Yo, Bubsy HD though.
Rocket Knight Adventures,
First off, that would be awesome.
Rystar,
That would also be awesome.
Vector Man HD.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Let's do all of
let's
these.
not do that. At
Vector
all.
Man is awesome.
No,
Turtles in Time, Reshuffle. No.
James Pond.
James Pond
I have one of those.
Reloaded.
It's not that great, but it's okay. I don't hate it.
James Pond, the new Spawn.
Didn't they do Earthworm Jim HD?
I was trying to think of
Yes.
something to match with the Spectre movie coming out.
Spectre.
Oh yeah.
Is the Spectre movie coming out?
Yeah, the new James Bond.
James
called
Bond.
Spectre.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of like.
So I was going to be like
Super-
James Pond.
Yeah.
I was
something
thinking-
with an S.
I was thinking of the Super Nintendo game.
Scorpions.
James Bond Scorpion. Support us on Kickstarter now. Retro
Yeah.
Games.
I'm just gonna rip off the James Pond IP.
Pretty good actually.
Just gonna buy it. It's like $50. I know the guy.
What about Robert Frost? What's his name?
Robert Frost, the poet.
No,
I'm pretty sure he's dead, so I
No,
don't think
the,
he's gonna care.
What's the guy from Color Dreams?
Oh,
DeForest.
Roger DeForest. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get him in there. I want like a new Color Dreams game.
Yeah, I want Bible Adventures HD.
Well, they did do a reprint of Super Noah's Ark.
Yeah, they did actually.
Yeah.
I saw one the other day. I was about to buy it.
I want to say he was involved in that. in
That's
some way,
fine
but-
because I kind of want it.
Yeah, you know,
I'd buy the reproduction.
it's nice that he can embrace that. You know?
Yeah, he
So I
understands
watched,
what it was.
I watched Atari Game Over this afternoon about them digging up the ET cards.
Oh, I did see that on Netflix. I was going to.
There are some deluded people when it comes to that stuff. Don't get me wrong. What's his face? Scott Warshaw.
Howard Scott Warshaw.
Howard Scott Warshaw. He seems like a nice dude. He seemed really cool back when he was making those games because he had like a cool like seersucker jacket on and stuff. He looked real cool. But
It was the 70s.
some of the people, like the guy who wrote Ready Player One, he might be a really nice guy in real life, but I wanted to strangle him while watching them.
Why?
He's so annoying. It's like he like shows up with like an ET in his car, and he's in the DeLorean. And he's like, "I'm gonna go there, man."
Oh,
like
that
I
was the
deserve
guy.
to be here. Yeah. And he seems kind of annoying. He's like, "Oh, really? My book was what if Willy Wonka was in the Matrix?" I'm like, "That sounds like the dumbest thing I've ever heard."
What? Like the actual,
Yeah.
like Matrix with
People
Neo?
have been saying the book is good, but I don't care.
It's gonna be a movie, so I'll watch
Yeah, I
that.
know it is.
I don't really have the patience to read the book if it.
I don't have the patience to watch the movie. I'd rather read the book
I don't know.
because then you go, "This is utter trash."
Yeah, well.
Because if the movie's any good, he's gonna be like, "Thank you, it's because I did it."
Yeah.
Like, no,
I didn't know that was the guy that wrote the book, but I saw the movie. I was like, that guy kind of sucks.
He sucks. Yeah,
he kinda
I'm.
sucks.
You know, I've never met him, so he could be a very nice person. But from that movie, he seems like the biggest jerk in the world. Like, he's so annoying.
We are not on ukulele anymore.
No, well, Kickstarters. That
Kickstarter,
that movie
Indies
was
games.
Kickstarted probably.
We're just gonna title it that then.
It's just gonna be all right.
It's a stream of consciousness. You
Yeah.
know, we're playing it fast and loose.
Just keep fast
I
and
saw
loose. I like
I
it.
saw a drawing of Black Widow from the new movie where somebody drew her naked.
You've been on Bing.
I never would have seen that.
You've been on Bing lately, haven't
Who
you?
would come up with that idea?
Bing.
See an attractive lady naked. What happened?
Bing.com. That's who.
Bing. Stop. Look, we're not supporting Microsoft. All right.
AskJeeves.com.
Well,
Whatever
Microsoft
happened to
needs
Ash
money.
Jeeves?
He died. He's an old man. He died. I watched Django Unchained last night. It was okay.
Yeah.
I like the part where Franco Nero showed up.
are
He's
you
like,
talking
he's like,
about?
"What's your name?" And he's like, "Django." He's like, "How do you spell it?" He's like, DJANGO. And he's like, "The D is silent." And Franco Nero's like, "Yeah, I know. He's like, I'm Django, you idiot." It was a good movie. I don't know. It was alright. I don't know.
What are you talking
We're
about?
just talking about stuff, man. When are they gonna make a Django video game?
You know what? I feel like they did, actually.
I hope they didn't, because I don't want to play that
No,
game.
it probably wasn't good.
There was a lot of the N-word in that movie,
Yeah, there was.
which, yeah, made me uncomfortable, but that was alright. It's a good movie.
Jeez.
It's alright. Moving on.
Yeah,
Moving on.
with our lives.
That's gonna be on the DLC cast. Episodic games.
I don't really like them, I'll be honest.
I do.
I don't.
Kevin,
Kevin, why are you wrong this time?
explain to me what an episodic game is.
So, the best example I can give you,
Is The Walking Dead.
yeah, Walking Dead point-and-click series, where you pay for one episode of the game, and
Brought to you by Coca-Cola.
brought to you by Coca-Cola, Coke Zero specifically.
Actually, we're sponsored by Polar Orange Dry.
Well, that's wrong.
I want to get free Polar products. They have pomegranate
They're
ginger ale.
$1 for a
They have
six-pack.
pomegranate ginger ale. Yeah, so that means they're more likely to give me some because it's cheap.
Anyway.
It's garbage
So,
stuff. They don't care if they lose
if
something.
you have a PS3 and do you like The Walking Dead, first off?
I never got into
Doesn't
it.
really affect about this game because it takes place before the show. Essentially, you pay a small price for one part of a game,
Okay.
and then they release another part later. So you have to. It's kind of like watching a weekly TV show where you
I gotcha.
watch a little bit, but you pay for it piece by piece. I don't really. It's not that I hate the model. I should take that back. It's more I don't see the point.
I do.
I get. Well, I mean, the thing is, they just end up releasing the full game later anyway.
Yeah.
And down the line, because everyone's already played it, the full game ends up being so cheap later anyway. I'm like, well, I might as well wait.
Well, it's not about.
If you're really hyped for a game, I mean, play it when you can.
Well, no, it's not about going like we can't wait to show you this game, so we're gonna release it as it gets made.
No, I'm not saying
Because
that.
they're making these things piece by piece.
Yeah,
They're not
no,
doing
I
it
get
all
that
at once
part.
or going on. It's more about it's a financial thing.
Yeah.
Where let's say Life is Strange, which I still need to buy. I haven't bought it. Everybody says it's great, but that is $5.
Mm-hmm.
If I buy that and I hate it, it's $5 gone. I don't care.
Right,
Whatever.
okay.
I've wasted $5 on dumber things. But a game like that couldn't be released as a $60 game or whatever it is
No, no,
because
I get
nobody's.
that.
It's an unproven thing.
It's
a
much
new
smaller
thing.
games that do it, and they're
Yeah.
mostly like very story-driven games, which it works with that system.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if they
mean,
tried to do the AAA game, it'd be like, that was dumb.
I mean, it gives you the opportunity to jump off at any point, and it gives. But at the same time, it also goes like, well, you're not going to play half the game, are you? Like, you get the other. So, but I mean, it gives you more options. Like, you can put in as much money as you want to spend on it, and if
Yeah.
it sucks, don't put any more money.
No,
into it.
it's not a bad thing. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't. Like I said, I don't hate it.
And then
but-
the full collection just makes sense later down the road because
Yeah.
you get a physical copy of it, and then
Yeah.
just put it into anything.
Walking
so
Dead's
all
the-
of the people who played it can go, dude, this game's really good. You should buy it.
Yeah. I'd rather just have my games physical if I can, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just a weird system. I don't know. Like Resident Evil Revelations 2 did that.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't give it any time to be episodic. They were just like, whatever, put on.
I'm
this,
glad
whatever.
they did it like that because I
game was-
played a little bit of the first episode. I did not like that game.
Real bad.
Well, I don't know if it's bad or not, but I did not enjoy what I was playing, so I don't have to spend any more money on it. I didn't spend any money on it. I played it over Rick's house, but still.
He bought it, didn't
Yeah, I'm sure.
Rick.
I don't know. Damn it, Rick.
he? He's not here.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't punch him. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
I think it's a safer thing for the developers too, the company. I mean, they can release these smaller products which will sell better than a $60 product.
It's probably safer for newer ideas too, because there's not a lot of stuff coming out. Everything's like another Mario game's coming out. Russ, big shocker there, right?
The next Mario game is gonna be episodic.
It is gonna be episode. You
Ooh.
gotta play. You gotta pay for one world each at a time, like $5 or
Yeah.
something. It's not bad if they price it right. I'm not saying it's just bad.
Yeah.
It's a weird system. I'm not totally against it.
I mean, it's.
I wouldn't want every game to come out like that, though.
No, and not every game it needs to come out like that. But I think it makes sense for these weirder games, like Life is Strange.
It's strange.
I would not be willing to take a dive on that if it was like $40, because I don't know if it's good or not. It's a new.
No.
It sounds interesting, but it might suck. So it makes more sense for me to pay $5 and see if I like it, and if it sucks, I can just say, well, that's $5 wasted.
Well, because you're getting a PS3 soon, this might actually be a good idea for you. Don't bite my. Why would you?
You are hot dog crazy today. You just see his little sausage finger, you go nuts.
Pulling. It's not a wiener for you. Stop that, Russell. I don't know. It might be good for you to get like Resident. You can play a big boy game now. You can get Resident Evil Revelations
I've
too.
been wanting to, because I beat it on 3DS, the first one.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good game. You know what? Uncharted would work with this system.
I disagree,
Why?
because I play through those in one sitting.
All right, fair enough. But if they did,
Well, not one sitting, but like two.
if they did
sittings.
release it episodically, like because those are pretty cinematic.
Yeah,
it
but
has to
it
be
doesn't-
a cinematic game for it to
Just
work.
because it lends itself, that one wouldn't work as one because people are gonna buy Uncharted.
Yeah.
There's no reason to do it episodic because they're not.
If it was a
they're
new IP,
getting their
though.
money.
If it was a new IP, though, I'm saying like it just came
Yeah,
out.
if Uncharted was new, I mean, they could make that work.
All those Telltale games.
I don't.
first
Well, I
one,
played.
way too many.
I think Telltale did the Back to the Future game
Yeah,
on the
they
Wii.
That would have been. I don't think they did the episodic thing yet, but that could have easily
They
been
did.
done. Did it
Yeah,
come out in
they did.
episodes?
They've always done that from the beginning, I think.
Because it only came out on the Wii and the PS3, I think, right?
Yeah, it's
Well, I had all the episodes on it.
yeah.
I think it was just 3 episodes.
But they did do episodes because I think they started with Sam and Max, and then they did episodes of that, and then they just kept doing that for every IP they do. So,
It would be good for Phoenix Wright.
well, I want to say in Japan that's how they do it.
All of them.
You pay by case. Yeah.
It's not terrible. 'Cause
Something about that. I remember reading something about how you would buy the cases separately.
those any good? Anyway.
Yeah,
I never played 'em.
those games are really good if you like text adventures.
Never played Phoenix Wright. I got to give it a shot.
Really good. They're
Mike,
very
give us a
good.
quick review on Phoenix Wright. Go.
Phoenix Wright is it takes place in
I did this to him Sunday. I
it
felt
takes
bad.
place in L.A. right?
Yeah.
You did it to me
On Sunday when I was like, Mike, you wrote a blog on Metroid Fusion. Tells me, yeah, it was okay. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
no. But this is It takes place in L.A., but since it's made in Japan, it actually takes place in Japan, but they just pretend it takes place in L.A.
Oh, okay.
So like, oh, we're going to this Shinto shrine in L.A. And, oh, there's the Shrine Maiden in L.A. I'm gonna eat my lunch of sushi in L.A. Well, I won't actually.
That one actually might actually do.
But basically, you're like a new defense attorney, and
Phoenix
it's
is
weird
helping
because
you.
it's not really how being a lawyer really is.
No.
Because you're defending these people. You're like slamming your hands on the desk, yelling at people. Which actually that might be what lawyers do. I don't know.
I'm not
I've never been a lawyer myself.
No.
But in between the days of the case, you're going out and you're trying to find evidence to prove that your guy's guilty or not.
Right.
But the way it is like that stuff's fine. That's the boring part. But when you're actually in the court and you're arguing for the person, you have to cross-examine people, and they go like, "Oh well, I saw the guy. I went out on my walk, and I saw the guy, and he was killing that lady." And then you go, "Objection!
Yeah.
You say you were out on your walk when he was killing the lady, but the lady killed at 8. You said earlier in the thing that you only go out on your walks every day at 6. So unless you were out for a walk for like 2 hours, like you couldn't have been there." And so it's a lot of like reading, and you have to pay attention to what's being said.
Okay.
But it's an interesting thing because there aren't a lot of games like
See,
that.
when you're saying like between days of the case, that would work episodically though. If you do like you get to like one part of the case and then you gotta wait a little
well,
bit.
each case would be an episode,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
not the
So,
days, because the days are pretty short, like depending on the
okay,
case.
fair enough.
But I mean, when you're in the zone, it feels really good. It's really fun to do it. There are some moments where it's not really sure what you're supposed to be pressing, and you know what you want to press. You're like, oh, this statement, but you don't know what part of the testimony to press because you're like, well, it could be either this or that one. So I mean, it's not a perfect game, but they're interesting enough. Definitely worth checking out, like the first 3 at least.
What about more like LA Noire, if that was episodic? Because that game kind of felt episodic.
They sold it. They sold
Did they?
DLC for like extra cases. Yeah, there's like the consulate car and
See,
stuff.
that wouldn't be bad because I might actually play those
I'm
because
kinda
I played
bummed
that whole
they-
game.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed they kind of abandoned that game. I would have liked to see more.
And the whole
DLC.
studio got shut down immediately.
I know, it's too bad. It's an
Yeah.
interesting game.
That's one you should play when you get a PS.
Yeah, it's all like 50
Russ, you should be
It
getting a
reminds
new
me of
Yeah,
Who Shot Johnny Rock on the Sega CD.
yeah. That's.
I've never.
I
Even heard
thought,
of that.
yeah, I thought you were going another way with that, but yeah.
What
I
were you?
see.
What did you think?
I
you
thought he
was
was going to say who framed Roger Rabbit
That's
because you're
true,
riding
yeah,
around
yeah.
an old timey like. LA.
Yeah. I wonder if we have a.
No,
No, we don't have a
No.
copy.
Who Shot Johnny
I don't think so. You got Rise of the Dragon.
no. Sorry, Russ.
But I remember that one. Like that was a fun game.
Sega
with the
CD
Sega
games
CD.
would have came out if they came out episodically for all those FMV kind of games. Those like I don't know how you would do that.
No, you couldn't split those games
No.
because it was all just Sony Digital doing all those weird games for the
Sony-
Sega CD.
They were mad.
Sony Digital Pictures.
I want to see Night Trap episodic.
First off, going back to the HD thing, if they made Night Trap HD, I would buy that, and I don't care how I would have to get it.
I would probably buy an FMV game if they came out with one.
Yeah,
Well,
they-
I mean, I guess
no,
they
did like a
technically do, but-
Blu-ray like re-release of that because you can play that with like a Blu-ray controller, you know.
Yeah.
I would play that real fast.
I'd play an
Because
FMV.
they did a bunch of games on DVD like Dragon's Lair and I
Well, that
think
was
somebody
on
uploaded-
Laserdisc.
Yeah, somebody uploaded the whole game of Dragon's Lair on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you had to click annotations at like the right time.
Okay.
That was kind of cool. I don't know if it's still up. Probably got taken down real fast,
Yeah,
but
it might be up. I don't know.
I should find it.
You take this stuff down, it comes right back up.
Yeah.
There's one there's one musical number from a movie I've never seen. I can't even talk about it because it's not you're not allowed to say these words on but I cannot find. It used to be on YouTube, and I used to watch the video and laugh, but I can't. You know,
You can
it's
throw
not
the
on YouTube anymore.
Throw
It's
the
weird.
title of the musical in the DLC.
It's a musical.
I don't know what it's from.
Okay.
But Paula Abdul's in it for a second.
Oh, that scares me.
And she's a girl that these three other girls are really jealous of because she's fully developed, and so they sing a song
What?
about how they're not fully developed yet. And it's a weird song, and I remember seeing it like years ago, and I can't find it anymore on YouTube.
Mike,
I'm
you're
trying
gonna
to
you're
look
gonna have to find that for me later.
for it. I
'cause
can't find it. It's
I'm
not on
very-
YouTube
You
anymore.
You got
Yeah, I
pulled
would
down,
imagine it did.
Yeah, I don't know if it got pulled down or just nobody cares about that anymore because it was such a weird thing.
That was weird.
That was the internet right there.
Hey, man, that,
All I remember is Two Steps Forward.
2 steps
Steps
back
back.
and let me down. Give me 3 steps, give me 3
I hate
steps
that song.
more.
I actually don't like
Ah,
that.
it's just a guy dancing with a lady, and then
I don't
her
like that.
husband comes in.
We cannot stay on topic at all.
That's fine.
I like it.
Episodic.
Episodic podcasts.
You gotta buy the next segment for $4.99 off.
We've been
PSN.
charging for these.
I have. I don't know if you guys are cool with that.
We've been charging Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cam.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. You gotta do things.
Sorry.
Get out of here.
So episodic.
You're episodic.
Russ, Kevin.
Hi.
What's your?
We're getting married, I
What
knew
kind
it.
of spaghetti do you like?
Alfredo, actually.
Alfredo. I'm not talking sauce. I'm talking pasta styles.
Oh,
And you know, it's all macaroni to me.
there's one that looks like honeycomb.
I just bought a bunch of Chef Boyardee's today. The
Really?
wife's out of town.
Why are you proud of that? I'm gonna eat a bunch of SpaghettiOs. Jealous? So
Yeah,
you're saying
actually-
SpaghettiOs you like?
Actually, I'd probably
No,
say.
Chef Boyardee, the raviolis.
Oh, okay. Are you getting the mini wraps or the regular wraps?
I got one mini wrap.
You know what?
the mini wraps are good.
Linguini's pretty good.
Yeah, linguine's not bad.
I like,
I like cavatappi.
I like penne. I love penne.
Penny's pretty good.
Penne Alfredo is
I like a
definitely-
good penne alla vodka, but it's hard to get a good one.
Yeah. Olive Garden in my no.
They're sadly enough, theirs would probably be okay.
It's not.
My
bad.
issue is when it's too watery. I don't like. I like a thick vodka sauce. You know.
What are we talking about?
That's I literally said that because I forgot what we were talking about.
Those are worst and best controllers.
Oh, Kevin, Russ, what is your? How do you control your games?
What a controller.
Yeah, what's the good one? What's the bad one? The 3DO controller.
Actually, you know what?
Some of those are really bad.
They had a good idea behind it.
What, being like a Laserdisc player?
No,
but
like
sucky?
daisy chaining the controllers together.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad because you know what?
Yeah, but then if you got mad at your friend, you
exactly,
could rip it off.
that's awesome because you know what? It's a lot. I like being angry at my friends and like unplugging their controllers when I was little. So I was kind of a jerk.
Yeah, so it just enables you to be an antisocial freak.
Absolutely. So
Perfect.
I don't know if you got this, guys, but after our Penne alla vodka talk,
Oh,
we were going
I
to go
gotta
over the best and worst controllers because we
Best and worst
we
fan
clearly
vodka
all
sauces.
have attention problems tonight and can't stay
Yeah.
focused at all.
It's like those jalapeno cheddar chips, you know?
It really got you,
It's
didn't it?
really picante.
It's feeling like
Got
a real
the spice in
podcast
my
when we
brains.
can't even talk about one thing at
Yeah.
once. It's great.
Fair enough.
All right, so Russ, you've been around the longest here.
Indeed.
What is your favorite little control? First, all right, here we'll split it.
Yeah.
Do your favorite first party and then your favorite third party one.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, because you
I
got to
don't
have
even
one
know.
third party one you like.
No,
Uh-huh.
I'm not a deviant. I use first party only.
If you have one.
I don't know, the hoary GameCube one that looked like a Nintendo controller. That one
The
was
game, the Super Nintendo one.
No, the GameCube one, but then they changed it to make it look more like a Nintendo controller.
Yeah, for the Game Boy player, you mean?
whatever it was. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
The end. All right, goodbye, everybody.
You're not Russ. Hey, Russ.
Hello.
How you doing?
All right, still, I would have to say the favorite one would have to be the NES one because
That's stupid.
it's classic. 2 buttons. You got the D-pad.
Yep.
I much prefer the dog mode.
I never played the Sega Master System, so I can't say how that compares to the NES.
That had
controller.
4 variants to it, so you got.
It was good though.
Yeah, you had one that was like the NES where the wire came out like slightly out,
Yeah.
and then you had like an annoying one where it came out like
cool
on the
one,
side, like the Famicom.
Ah.
That was cool. That was
Very
annoying.
cool. When do you ever see a controller like that?
There's a reason.
That's cool.
The wire gets in your way.
'Cause you know what? You can't drop the controller because you clip the cord with your little finger here and you play like
How
this.
often are you dropping the controller?
Dude, you got Butterfingers. When you're a little kid, you're like eating greasy Totino pizza rolls, and then you're like this. The controller can just slip right out of your grip.
It could.
See?
I didn't.
It's designed for the modern gamer. That was ahead of its time because they knew they're like one day people are gonna eat Doritos and Mountain Dew and have slippery, greasy fingers.
This Sega Master System thing is never going away.
Sega Master Systems for true gamers.
We're future proofing this thing.
That's
is
true.
that what you were trying to
They're
tell me?
just covered with gamer fuel.
Wow. Fair.
So NES controllers, you think?
Well,
is the best.
you're gonna go straight for the. All right. I like the dog bone better. That's me. I don't know the especially for if you're sitting down for a long time playing Dragon Warrior, which I did.
I haven't played with the dog bone.
I get
have to
cramps
say.
with the dog bones. To be
It's
honest with you.
curves to your hand.
And I'm not sure how the original compares to our third-party ones that we sell.
that
here.
was the one I used
They're
actually because I can't find
similar.
it. The wire's a little thinner. It's a little lighter, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't like in the dog bone how high the buttons come up out of it.
No, I wish they did instead of how it slants like this, I wish it went that way because your thumb.
But I don't care about that. I just mean like the buttons are like very very tall.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
I like the springy feel it gave. That was me. I will vote for the best ever. Crap. I want to say Super Nintendo off the bat just because, but that's just because it's my favorite system.
Well, that was the shoulder buttons were new. Well,
They were
They
new.
were probably new around there. I don't know if they were the first.
I don't have much experience with the system, so I guess I'll say it's a disclaimer. But just the way it feels, Saturn Model 2 controller.
That's probably one of the
And
best.
I've barely played a Saturn, but that thing feels so good.
No, but yeah.
That's like the perfect 2D
I
controller.
will say that the redesign of the first Sega controller with the 6-button Genesis controller was pretty good.
the Model 2 controller.
And then the Saturn controller, not the 3D one, that looked like a cat when
The
you turned
first,
it upside down.
party one?
That was like
3D
this, the
controller.
circle one? Yeah,
the
yeah.
circle controller. That one I didn't really like.
The pre-Dreamcast one?
Yeah, whatever it
Yeah.
was. It was for Nights into Dreams.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, the Saturn 6-button controller was really nice.
All of them are good.
I will say, I really like, and I don't know if it's the best of all time, but I like it a lot, is the PS4 controller.
I was going to say that too.
Because the DualShock 3, everybody complained about, like, my thumbs touch each other
I had
when
no
I use
complaints because
it.
nobody I know hit their thumbs together.
Well,
That was an
every time I saw
exaggeration.
people, like, they're always like, oh, what? Oh, I can't use this. What?
Yeah, like your thumbs. Like,
that's
when are you
stupid.
ever putting your thumbs that close
I
together?
will say the R2 and L2 buttons on the PS3 controller
Yeah, they
were
suck.
garbage.
They're absolutely-
hot garbage. Because your fingers just like they're designed.
They
to
should have just
slide
kept
off.
the DualShock and made it wireless.
Yeah.
DualShock
Well,
2.
yeah. I mean,
The
I know they
L2
want to make it different, but I mean,
The boomerang idea they had first. Remember that?
I would have tried it. I've heard some people who had hands on with it, and they said they felt good.
I don't care if it felt good. It would have been weird to leave just store.
Well, it's like they said it was about the size of like a CD, a little bit bigger. So it's basically the same as like a dog bone controller, but you're just like
I don't know if I would have felt
centralized. Yeah.
it. You're lucky you didn't have to suffer with that.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, no, PS4 controller is really good. It feels good in your hands. You know, the buttons are right.
It does. I do like that how the sticks are.
The sticks are very
Those
are a lot
triggers
tighter
too.
now.
Oh, those triggers.
Triggers feel like real triggers.
Okay.
Those
Yeah,
triggers.
it's a bummer because that's clearly outclassed the 360 controller.
Yeah.
It used to be that the 360 controller was one of the best.
I will say the wired.
Xbox One controller I hate.
The wired 360 controller.
Yeah.
Because I hate the battery pack because it limits backhand
Yeah.
space. I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
That was my Dreamcast. Actually, I have a problem with the Dreamcast controller for that same reason.
I will say the 360 controllers had garbage D-pads,
Oh yeah.
and they tried to make the transformable one, but I didn't
No.
like that one either. So
That was actually one of my main reasons I didn't get a 360 because the D-pad was crap,
Mm-hmm.
and being that I love fighting games so much, unplayable.
Yeah.
I can't even play Mortal Kombat 9 on it. And to do all the moves, you have to do specifically it'll be like left down, and you'll be like left, and the thing like it's on like one point, so it like rotates around. So you'll be like left diagonal down and messes up your whole.
Well, it
move.
always just reminded me of like a crappy like computer like USB controller.
Those were really
It's
bad
like
back in the day.
third party, yeah. Like
Were you there when we got that controller that had like the D-pad that was like on a mountain and you moved around, or that Carlos was here with
I
me?
think that was for like a Wii remote or
Yeah,
something.
that was the worst thing.
The Wii remote was a bad controller.
Wii remote sucks.
And so what am I doing? Doing a PowerPoint
We
presentation?
actually, and,
I'm playing Mario here. I don't
yeah.
need to, you know.
Well, I was playing the Williams
The
Pinball.
classic controller, not too shabby.
Actually, Classic Controller Pro for the Wii is one of my favorite
Yeah.
controllers.
Some people like the ones without the handles. I don't get it.
I like the one with the handles.
Because
The
I
ones
don't
without
like the
suck.
Z
It's like
button.
the Pro one, so
Yeah.
yeah, it has the
Yeah.
little extensions. Because
Yeah.
they have both. They have the
Yeah.
round one.
I don't
or
like the
whatever.
round one with the two like
Well,
two
nubs,
shoulder
yeah.
Those
pads
those
above
sticks
it.
are way too close to each other.
Yeah.
That I see, but the Pro one's definitely way better. I don't know how anyone does that. I forgot what I was going to say before now.
I don't like the Atari 2600 controller.
That's overrated. I don't like that thing either.
It's
actually.
way too stiff.
You know what I do?
Every Atari
Plug in a
controller
Sega controller.
True.
sucks. Yeah, why would you not?
Although I've heard that can damage your system over time.
Just buy a new one. They're cheap.
No, well that's true. Yeah.
Ataris?
Yeah, you can find one for like 20.
How does that damage your system over time?
I don't remember the specifics of it, but I read this really complex article about it one time. It's like, oh well, it's working off of a different circuit, so it wears out the circuitry faster or something like that. Because it's technically a controller, but just because it has the same port doesn't mean it's the same thing.
Yeah, no. I mean, I guess.
He sounded, yeah, I know. Shut up, Dad.
I know it's not the same thing. It's just like
Yeah.
I guess there's probably some.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually, no, that makes sense because I heard there was the Super Nintendo like programmable controllers with like see-through purple and they have a screen on them. Apparently, over time, because if you reprogram it enough, your Super Nintendo actually can't work without that controller
Nice.
eventually because it gets into programming
Good
like
job,
combos.
Mad Cats.
Yeah, whoever made it. Like apparently over time, like you cannot use any other controller in your Super Nintendo but
Yeah.
that one if you use it enough. That sucks.
Interesting.
That's really terrible. How do you, even mess that up?
So on the subject,
Yeah.
Yeah.
my favorite third-party controller
Yeah.
Yep.
is the Messiah Super Nintendo wireless controller.
Jesus.
Oh, the one that clone system came out, right?
It has like a
The
nice
Generation Next thing?
It has like the D-pad-ish that was on the NES Max.
Yeah.
It's like a circle D-pad,
Yeah.
and it's set up pretty good. Yeah,
I hate the
It's
actual
similar to
NES
the
Max.
clone. Yeah, I think that we were talking about.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get because they released NES versions as well.
Yeah,
but
they
they're
have.
going for a lot. I'm trying to get
That
one cheaper
that
on
is like
eBay.
the best NES clone system ever made.
I like the NES Advantage.
Yeah, that's a good controller.
It's good for,
I
like-
do like the Super Advantage. Yeah, I know it's not official, but ask you where he made it. It looks like a little Super Nintendo. Sitting on
What
here.
about this guy back here?
Yeah,
Capcom?
you know what?
The
You know what?
Capcom?
Can I?
We should pull it out. Show the.
I'm gonna go get it.
I mean, it's a $100 fight stick.
Oh, the fight stick. Or you want the other thing? This thing.
Well, that's a controller too.
That's technically a controller. No, I want the fight stick.
All right, I'm gonna pull this out just in case. You know.
Because it works for NES and it works for Super Nintendo. So
Does it really?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right. I
and it's
remember.
made by Capcom.
Yeah. It was officially made for Street Fighter. You can.
It's
Yeah, is it in a micro switch too?
yeah. You hear that?
Yeah.
Hear that? Listen, people.
Feels good.
Feels
Yeah,
good.
hear that?
Yeah, here it is.
I don't know if you can get it up. there.
Capcom.
Oh, to be fair,
Yeah, it's a pretty good price too.
I mean-
$100. I seen them going for like I think $150
there
with
was only
everything.
there's only like 2 games you would use this for on an NES, really.
I could
You know,
use. I
it's
could
all
use
the
an
Turtles
arcade stick.
games, maybe.
Yeah.
But for platformers, they'd be like, eh.
I could use it for City Connection. I could use it for Pac-Man, Donkey Kong.
I'm thinking
Mighty
fighters
Final
and beat 'em up.
Fight.
I'm thinking beat 'em up. See, that's me.
I mean, that's why I kind of wanted to make. I said my own
I'll close this.
my own NES Advantage,
Yeah.
but bigger because I don't. It doesn't have weight.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
moves around a lot, and I try to like position it between my legs or whatever. And
Well, that's a tabletop thing. That's what I've always.
Here's
used
a
it
weird
on.
one.
You have to have a table.
This is my favorite based solely on looks.
Yeah.
It's a sword.
Oh, I thought you were gonna hold
No, yeah, the blade comes
it. Sword. Take this,
a sword
Onimusha.
controller.
Yeah. Apparently, I guess, is it made for just Onimusha?
Onimusha 3, yeah.
Why?
Because you gotta put yourself in the game, man.
I just say it's got all your buttons here and it's wire. It's got to be wireless.
Man, I
Like,
think
Yeah, here's your
sucks when you
dongle.
hold it.
imagine if it was
Just looking at that thing when he holds it just makes me hate it.
You put it on backwards too.
You did.
Whatever. But like, why?
Didn't they have an arcade game similar to
They
using?
did, yeah.
They did?
Yeah, it was like this without the blade,
seems gross.
and then you'd hold it up like this and you'd swing it and stuff.
okay.
They had it at
We gotta
Smiles
clean
actually.
This is gross.
We already
Very
cleaned it. That's
sticky.
as clean as that thing can get.
Oh, that's
I
gross.
like that it
Thanks
comes
for
with the
advertising.
stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes with the
display it.
sand in the sheath.
This is unnecessary.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's dumb, but it's cool. It can be had for
It's
cheap.
still a
Very
controller.
good.
Yeah.
What was the?
I will say I do know one third-party controller I liked.
What?
There's I don't know who made it, but it was for N64. It came out around the same time the console came out.
That's right.
But it was bigger. It was the same exact thing. It was bigger, but the stick was metal, so it didn't get that dust in it.
The
and
Super
it
Pad?
worked. I don't know what it was.
Was it the one that had the
this thing-
6-button layout or no?
No. It was like it was a regular N64 controller, but the handles were thicker, and then it had like this interchangeable faceplate
kinda
thing
cool,
on the top.
actually.
And
Never saw
yeah,
that.
it was a metal stick, and it worked really well.
I've never seen that. Actually,
Yeah.
that's I don't even use my normal N64 controller when I play it because they have
I don't
plastic-
use them at all because that system sucks.
Well, it does, but when I'm playing Banjo-Kazooie, I
Yeah.
bought one of the ones we have, not to shamelessly plug.
The
you know.
TTX version.
Yeah, and they actually have metal sticks in them.
yeah,
And
that
I
makes
actually
sense.
I put it through the paces and like I played Mario Party 1 with it.
I will say.
Feels a lot better.
I do like, and I know some people will disagree with me on this, but I do like the N64 controllers when you replace the joystick with the
GameCube
ones.
notes.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the way that feels better. I don't know. It's
It
got
does.
a,
I
it's
just
got
don't
a
like
better
the
travel.
the actual feel
It
of
was
of
flimsy.
N64 controller.
I don't mind it. I mean, that's you
It's
know,
my hands don't work like this, and you never use this other
just hold it like
left
that.
part. And I feel like every game I played on N64, it was a 2-button game. I feel like the C buttons, other than fighters, never got used.
I don't know. C buttons were stupid. Anyways, they should have just named it like
Yeah,
ABC XYZ.
something. I don't.
Yeah.
It didn't. But I did get the one I was thinking. I thought you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's there's a bunch of things called Super Pad for it, so trying to find it is gonna be a pain. But it's a dual handled N64 controller where you have
Oh, I know. Which
like
one
the
you're
D
talking
the
about.
D
Yeah.
pad for their perspective. D pad here, and then the analog stick would be here, where your left hand would be. And then you have B A, and then the 4 C buttons like down, right, and up, left would be on the top. So when you're playing Killer Instinct, it'd be like a normal 6-button layout. And the L button's right here. The only thing that's weird is
Z
yeah,
was-
Z is on the left side, which is weird for modern day like
Yeah, it kind of
consoles.
made sense.
It does, because for Perfect Dark, you'd aim with R and Z
Mm-hmm.
would be here. That makes night and day difference on an N64.
Hunt one down. Super Pad Pro, it's called.
Son,
There-
who
there's a
cares?
couple-
We used to have one that was broke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
if it's still, is
I-
it still
I
back
fixed
there?
it.
They fixed it?
Also, look out for a Virtual Boy controller because you got the battery
Those
pack on
are
it.
comfortable.
No, they're not.
They're comfortable, but they're bad to
They're
use.
so stupid looking.
They're stupid looking, but they're
They
comfortable.
just look
to
like
use.
crap, like Gunpei Yokoi.
They look
whatever
like
the guy
hip
is.
bones. That's what they look like. Your hips.
No, they
That's-
look- they look
That's
like
what
a-
it looks like to me.
They look like if somebody choked a mantis and then he threw up something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a praying mantis, he would throw up a Virtual Boy controller.
Oh my god.
I do like that. It's not in there anymore.
Oh yeah, that
where do we
one
have
that
it?
we're pointing at?
The Genesis. We have a Genesis arcade stick up there in the top row.
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what was some garbage third-party controllers. Anything for the Dreamcast.
Yeah, Dreamcast never
Those
had a good.
all sucked.
Yeah, there's that.
Look at that thing.
It's so large. It looks
It's
like a.
so gross.
It tried to be like a vinyl record, but it didn't work
no,
out.
it
But
tried-
hey, give it this. The cord's coming out the back.
that is true. All right,
Alright,
so I
so
guess
it's
it's better.
So it's automatic. Yeah, I didn't really like the Dreamcast controller.
I didn't mind it.
I didn't.
I think the cord was stupid, but you can. I mean, they put the clip.
Did
there,
you really
so they
need
knew.
the 2 slots? One for the VMU, I get, but like,
one for the Rumble Pack?
well,
Come on, man. You
guess.
got Dual Shocks going up against. You got to go
Yeah,
up against
the,
some Dual Shocks.
the what if you put the VMU in the second slot? Does it still work as well? It's just farther
I think
away?
it does. I think it still works.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I always wanted to try
It's
that.
been a while since I've played Dreamcast.
I will say, as much as I don't like the actual feel of a Dreamcast controller,
Mm-hmm.
I do like the VMU idea. Like I liked having the little like.
Yeah, that was kind of cool until you brought your memory card and you lost it at school, and then
Yeah.
you lost.
Did you
all
lose your memory
shit.
card?
No, because I didn't have a Dreamcast. I was pretty smart when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a PlayStation 2.
Good.
So I wanted to get the Sony Pocket thing that they had for
No,
Final
you
Fantasy
never
VIII.
could find that.
Yeah, I don't even think it came out here anymore.
I don't know actually. Good question. I do. I will say I love and hate this one. The Wii U Pro controller. I like the way it feels. I hate
that thing.
I hate the fact that it has digital triggers. I hate that the face buttons are lower.
I hate that the right joystick is above the.
Yeah,
that's
something in
so
the face button.
stupid.
It kind of feels like I'm doing this. When I'm
Can't even
playing.
play Smash on that thing. It's garbage.
You can play Smash on it. I don't like the GameCube controller. I said it. I don't like the GameCube controller.
I don't like the D-pad on it. It's too small.
Well, D-pad sucks, which is a big thing for me with fighting games. I said that. I don't like the X and Y buttons because I can never remember which is which. And the thing, I know, but I finally figured it out over time. I finally memorized it. And you always are getting so yawny.
Well, because you're very boring, Kevin.
I don't know. And when I was playing Mario Party, they have the like.
Nobody plays Mario Party.
I was playing Mario Party.
Ironically,
No. and it would show like it'd be like, oh, tap whatever button comes with your character's head, right? They don't switch the X and Y buttons, like the Y one's like sideways and the X one's like this way. They don't change it in the game, so you just have to be like, oh crap, which one's X or Y? Like thinking about it.
X is on top.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
You want to know how I remembered it?
No.
You can grab me. You can even grab me that purple controller right there, Russell. Stop eating my finger. The purple one. I'll show you how I remembered it, and it's kind of an overly simple way. X-axis and a Y-axis. That's how I remembered it.
That's probably
Kind
how
of
they
makes
did
too much
it.
sense. It's still dumb. They could have just thought of anything else. And I like
I
the
don't-
colorful buttons. Though.
Here's the problem, though. I don't care.
I know you don't
Who
care.
played the GameCube? Nobody even knows what that system is.
A lot of people did not play the GameCube. You're not wrong. Speaking of which, Wavebird. Wavebird was cool.
Yeah.
What is
That's a
that?
cool controller.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
The,
marital
Are you really just gonna grab things out of the bins? Let's just
Yeah.
keep going at it. Russ,
What's this
keep-
from?
Epic Mickey.
Epic Mickey.
It's just a nunchuck that looks like a.
Oh, you know what I like, but I've never actually used one for anything?
What?
I like the Quick Shot for the Nintendo.
Which one?
That weird joystick thing.
Oh, that thing.
And it had like the two buttons
did
on
you ever
the
see
handle.
the thing that looks like a giant trackball? But they
Yeah,
were like,
we had one, but it
yeah,
was
and they were like,
broken.
you know what? Screw the trackball idea. Let's just make it click. And they were like,
Yeah.
and then there's two like big mouse buttons right
It
here.
would have been cool if it had worked, but
No, it's
we
terrible.
had one for a while, and then I took it apart because I'm like, dude, I want to see if this thing must be so fun to use, and it wouldn't go down or up.
No,
so.
This counts. Best controller.
What?
Power Glove.
That
No.
is true.
No, not
I think at this point it's a cliche to say it was bad, so I'm not even gonna say it.
And you can't
The
say.
power pad on the other
See
hand.
now,
is
see now it
incredible.
bothers me because you can't say power level without saying it now.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
just say
it was
Russ.
a terrible
Russ,
way
just
to
say
control.
it. It's bothering me.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
I don't have the date, but they're showing the movie The Wizard.
That's
Oh,
true.
In
yeah.
Connecticut at
Yeah.
a local theater, and
Yeah.
we're doing Retro Games Plus is going to donate a gift card and help sponsor the event. They're going to have a double Dragon High Score challenge.
Or
50, I got 50,000. So.
or I can just watch that movie at my house
Wait a
in
minute.
my
It's not on Blu-ray yet, though.
in my tape player,
Good for
You
you.
got it on VHS.
and then I could watch. Yeah, and I got that in Robot Jocks.
I hate the Xbox big controller. Is that
The
kinda weird?
Duke?
I hate that thing.
That's
Eh.
not the Duke, though.
I know, but it just reminded me. I like that way better. Why didn't they do this from the beginning?
First Xbox One sucked.
It
the
did.
First Xbox sucked.
No, the Xbox
I mean it
One
was
sucks.
powerful. The Xbox One sucks.
Yeah.
The original Xbox sucked. The 360 was alright, except for when they kept burning out and
Yeah.
exploding. And
I don't
stuff.
like the. I like the one triggers. The Xbox One triggers. They have the nice like FUD to them.
Yeah, those are good.
But I don't.
I don't like the shoulder buttons.
Yeah, the shoulder buttons are way too far.
You have to,
so
yeah, you have to like bend at a weird angle.
Yeah.
Carlos
Ooh.
was trying to explain to me how they're great.
They're
It's like
not.
actually you have to play it like this, and he's holding it like this, like with his like fingers, like
Yeah.
like he's holding like a really messy donut. He's like, oh, it's like you have to hold it like this and
No.
play it like this, and that's the way you do
The,
it. Like, that's not how anybody plays.
Not totally a controller, kind of a whole system. I hate the PSP simply because of that little slide pad.
That one worked fine.
It was because of the hard plastic though. Like my thumb would always slip off it.
That's why I had the grip.
Yeah, you had to buy those grips that were like
No,
stick
no,
off it
you
like
just
those.
first of all, Kevin, not everybody always has greasy thumbs. And if you do, you lick it and then you dry it off on your shirt and then you just use it. Yeah,
That's how it works.
I've never had a problem with those.
I don't know. I didn't like
It
it.
felt felt
Did-
fine.
wasn't-
It
didn't
should have
work
had two of them.
It should. Yeah, it should have because I was gonna say
But-
for Monster Hunter to do the claw
Yeah.
to play. You ever
Yeah.
try it?
Uh-huh.
Where you did the up
I have
button,
the- I have the
you
same
have to hold
exact
it like
problem with,
this and like play this way and like not on the L. This isn't the L. This is the up on the D-pad. And you were like, eh.
I had the same
Awful.
problem with Monster Hunter for the new 3DS. Because
Yeah,
that
yeah.
nub works fine, but it takes getting used to. So where I'm like, oh, I'm going to fight. I'm fighting. Oh, wait. Let me get the camera where I want.
Yeah,
All right, now I can go.
I actually, I'm a little underwhelmed by that little nub.
Yeah, that's fine.
I enjoyed it,
It-
in
that's the
Majora's
thing.
Mask.
It's just
It helped
fine.
a lot.
It's just fine.
There's nothing wrong with
I-
adding
I
it.
wanted
Just
to-
let me tell you something.
But the thing is they
Nintendo's
could-
never going to have a third
they
person
could have
first
added
person
just another
shooter.
slide pad,
Yeah, they could have and should have.
and they didn't.
But is Nintendo ever going to have
Even
a
if they had
shooter?
it, like, not to.
Yeah, Splatoon.
Oh, yeah. That one's going to
Even
sell
if-
gangbusters.
These could have just been done here. They could have just put it right here. Like this is a weird spot.
Why are you
for
pointing
it.
with your pinky?
Oh, whatever, man.
Mr. Grey Poupon over here.
Whatever. Look, they could have put it right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna point with my pinky all
Yeah.
I want.
All right.
It could have worked just fine down there, but like,
Yeah,
it's,
no,
it's so
it-
weird to
yeah.
put it like above the face, but it's like, eh.
Yeah, it's weird. Although if they put it above the face buttons, that would have been the same problem as the Pro Classic controller.
Yeah, but put
The
it
Wii
below.
U
It could
would
have been
suck.
fixed. Actually, I have the Nyko Wii U controller, and it works just like a 360 one. That's fine. They could have just kept doing that. And actually, here's a weird one that nobody else tried
The
but me.
chainsaw controller.
Actually, you know
From
what?
GameCube or
I-
Or
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
That is the only way I play my Smash tournaments. So
Go, I hate you all! Ah!
turns out it was a real chainsaw. I'm wanted for murder.
Well, that's alright. You look like the type.
The Retron, the Retron 5 controller
Sucks!
sucks really
even
bad.
say it's
no,
good.
it sucks really bad.
Alright, because I heard tell that you thought that was okay.
It was okay for a little while, and then you want to know what I played?
Any game. Those buttons were garbage. My God.
I liked
No
them for-
D-pad.
I liked them for fighters, and then I played Contra with it. The diagonals are absolutely terrible. And
I think I was trying to play Ninja Gaiden with it.
That's a bad idea.
It's garbage.
I kept
it's so
not
bad.
being able to shoot my special or shooting it back.
For such a crappy thing.
It's got a crap.
It's
control.
so weird that even the controller sucks.
Yeah, it does.
The Ouya controller
actually,
sucks
well, even
too.
more. Oh yeah, it does. I had an Ouya, and that
Those
was
things
a bad
fall
decision.
apart in your hands.
The triggers
You're like
on-
you're playing with eggs.
The triggers on that squeaked like a bad door handle.
Jeez.
Like it was the worst. I couldn't stand that thing.
Some stuff just does that. Like I remember the first PS4 controllers that came out had something where they were squeaking the shoulder buttons or
No,
something.
this was like hard plastic on hard plastic squeak.
Cool.
It was awful.
Cool sounds.
No, it's the worst
Cool
controller. The Kinect one. This thing, battery life is like 10 minutes. I get so tired. It
that's
sucks.
true.
I do not like that.
The Move controller was actually pretty good, but
Actually,
nobody
Move-
ever used it. So
Hey man, you
I don't
can
think I
play.
ever sold one out of our
yeah,
case.
they
There's
were
a reason
they were popular.
it's bad.
But it's cool how Sony didn't keep backing it until it was completely stupid and like
the Vita.
pathetic.
Oh, it's like the
Because
Vita.
who cares about the Kinect? Who cares about the Move controller? Who cares about the Wii U controller?
Well,
I don't care about motion controls.
Nobody
at all.
cares about motion controls. That's why they all did bad.
Yeah.
Which is why I think
Well, the Wii did incredible, so you can't really say it did bad.
it was the best-selling dust collector ever.
Yeah.
I sold a
Everybody had
copy of Wii Sports today.
Good
it.
for
There you
you.
go. People are still buying that.
A lady came in, she said, "Tell me why this controller don't work."
Because it's a Wii.
So I started hooking up the system to test it.
Yeah.
And she said,
not a Motion Plus.
"Oh, I didn't plug in the sensor bar."
Yeah.
You
And I
idiot.
said, "That will do it."
Like, also, you're too fat to use this controller. Allow me to get you this bigger one. Madam.
Not necessarily the keyboard as well. I don't like playing with the keyboard and mouse. Played a
I
couple
don't mind
PC
it.
games. I don't,
mind it.
especially for.
That's what I always found it hard when I think of people playing PC games. I'm like, how are they playing these adventure games?
the WASD thing.
with
Oh,
the
well,
arrows
the
and
adventure
I didn't-
games
but
is
like
easy.
using
That's
analog
fine.
control,
like a
like
platformer adventure or something like that. I'm like, wow, that's gotta be
you get
hard.
used to
like
it. I've done that a lot.
WASD for like analog control.
I will
doesn't work.
say, I'm not good with PC games online because everybody has their mouse sensitivity set up to like 1 trillion, and so it's literally just like they just like twitch their hand and it goes like 100% around, and it's like I can't do that. Like I need to go. Oh, let me find. I have my glasses with the chains that go off. I'm like, oh, let me see here. I'm on the internet. Click, click.
How do I get to?
Hello,
grab
Mr. Internet Porn, please. I talk into the mouse. Yeah. So controllers. Some of them are great, some of them are bad, and some of them are okay. I don't know. Just whatever you like. Just
Leave
tell
a comment down below. What's your favorite
comment.
controller?
And if it's wrong, I'm gonna slap you if you're here. So just don't come here.
Wait, before we go, Steel Battalion controller.
That's
Oh.
cool.
That is the best controller
It's-
ever
it's-
made.
I still haven't used it at Mike's house.
It is the best controller ever made, but it was
It's got a
wasted.
windshield washer button.
It has
That's-
an eject button with a little flap over
Yeah,
it.
it's got a little
That's so
flap.
cool.
If you don't eject in time, your save file gets deleted.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. It's just the game didn't control it.
And then Steel Battalion Heavy Armor sucked.
Yeah, was that the Connect one?
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, that was really bad. Oh my god.
Probably the worst game
Oh
I've
my
ever
gosh,
tried.
that was a bad game.
Get a Steel Battalion controller at your local Retro Games Plus. We don't have one at all.
How much do we sell for? 100?
$200.
$200?
We don't have one. Don't ask us. We don't have battle. We have Battletoads. Shut up.
Battletoads are gonna be in their own game.
Shovel Knight.
No, they're gonna have their own game too.
Yeah, whatever. Rareware is gonna
Sucks.
ruin it.
Yeah. Damn rare, those stupid Kinect lovers.
They're gonna make like their own Battletoads.
What if they
ripoff.
make Fighty Frogs?
Yeah, they're gonna make Fighty Frogs.
They're gonna be a Kickstarter. It's
backing
gonna get
it.
$8 trillion Fighty Frogs.
It's true. I talked to Mr. Rareware himself.
Mr. Fighty Frog himself.
I talked to Mr. Fighty Frog, and they're gonna
Yeah, because
have.
originally it was going to be called Fighty Frogs.
Fighty Frogs.
For Todd Fighty
We got
Frogs.
herpes.
Honestly, yeah, they got herpes,
chlamydia.
herpes, syphilis, and
And
chlamydia.
gonorrhea.
You know what? It's Crystal back us. Let's just go pitch the idea.
Fighty
Fighty
Frogs.
Frogs.
And if he doesn't back us, I got my sweet Onimusha controller to
Yeah, it did
show
not
him. Like,
work.
I'm gonna make you play games with this if you don't back us right
I
now.
want to try to play a regular game with that.
You want to play Guitar Hero?
No.
Why not?
Where's the strum button?
Play Resident Evil 2 with that.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? It has R2 and L2. We could.
Yeah, it does.
What does it say? Wait, hold up.
I want to play Grand Theft Auto. With
Hori Animusha Katana, the Soul Control. You wrote this, didn't you?
I did,
Yeah.
so people know what game it is.
it. So there you have it.
Controllers.
Best controller.
They suck. They
Yeah.
all suck. When
Can you just cut it right there? So like it looks like a decapitated for the
I
last
hope in the
episode.
future when we control games, it's like Minority Report. We're just like
Yeah?
playing my game. What is it, mother? Please exit my room.
You've been sitting in a coma for 30 hours, Michael.
Exactly. Just like the kid from Adventure Time. And every other children's show ever, apparently, because people on the internet are idiots.
What?
No lie. Every single cartoon, there's some stupid fan theory that's like, the
Oh.
kid's in a coma, man.
Yeah, like the Pokemon one and all
They all
that. Yeah.
suck. The end. That's another episode of the podcast.
Oh, that was the end?
Yeah, why not? I don't care, man. We're
Kevin's
on.
trying to kill me.
Yeah, we're on
That's
our
fine.
time now.
I'm getting out of here. I'm going
Down here is our time.
It's our time.
going to get
Up
drunk.
there.
Thanks for watching.
This one's mine.
Thanks for watching an episode of the podcast. I'm gonna go fight
Whoa.
ninjas.
That one's also mine.
Good night, everybody.
I didn't get my wish.
I didn't get my wish, Dad.